But back then, I was probably like on 1K per month dollars, like here and there. Like I probably got one client and then that's it. And then it'll be quiet for a bit. This month, I should be closing about 9.2K dollars. So
Crazy.
it's the transformation is great to be here right now. Well, I've quit my job back in May, and I'm out making like way more than what I was making in my job. It's ridiculous. Like now, I wouldn't have imagined this would be my life like a year ago. Like going to Dubai and then going straight to Bali after. Like it just feels like it feels weird. Like I feel like that was something that would happen in the future, but it's the future now. Like it's so weird, and it's like yeah, it just shows that like if you actually have a skill and you can monetize it, obviously using your trust ecosystem as well to get clients as well, like you can pretty much live the life you want, really.
Josh, my friend, very good to speak again. I feel like we've done so many testimonials, but you keep smashing it out of the park, which
Yeah,
is
honestly,
awesome.
yeah. At this point, it's kind of like yeah, it just feels like yeah, it's great to
Yeah,
keep doing these, because it shows this
yeah,
progress being made. So can't complain.
exactly. Exactly. It's a good thing to have. So I guess like headline is let's actually talk about just firstly the transformation. Where were you like in January and where are you now?
Yeah, sure. So January, so I've been running my business since like I say like last August, really. So obviously I run like a design slash ads agency, but back then I wasn't really doing ads. I just did design. Then obviously I didn't even have any clients. Then it got to January. Then I obviously saw your content and we were posting. I thought it was interesting. But back then I was probably like on 1K per month dollars, like here and there. Like I probably got one client and then that's it. And then it'll be quiet for a bit. And I wasn't really too sure why. But obviously, jumped on a call with you. I liked what you're offering. And yeah, you helped me a lot in terms of I think the main thing you helped me with was actually helping me to understand my offer. And I think that's the best place to start off with, is because you feel like you sometimes think that your offer is good, but until you actually like break it apart, that's when you actually start to realize like the flaws in it and how it can actually
Mhm.
how scalable it really is. So yeah, when I first joined, yeah, I was just a bit not confused. I already knew what I was doing in terms of my niche, but it wasn't the niche or I guess the offer that was going to help me get to where I am right now. So yeah.
Which is the tease of where are you right now, mate? I love that.
Oh yeah, and where I'm right now, so I
Cliffhanger.
forgot to answer that. Yeah, so where I'm right now, so right now, like, this month, I should be closing about 9.2K dollars. So
Crazy,
it's the transformation is crazy. Because
crazy.
I wouldn't have expected it last year, and also I was still on my job in January. It's also winter in the UK now. You know how it is. It was just so like depressing because I had to wake up early at 6 a.m. I had to work before my business before work, commute, work in the business on the commute, come back home, work on business again, and it was just so like I just spent so much time working my business and everything like that. So to be here right now, I've quit my job back in May, and I'm out making like way more than what I was making in my job. It's ridiculous, and it's weird because like the change I had to make wasn't anything massive at all. It was just a small change, but like I guess working with you, you get that clarity that you feel like you're missing. Like the money paid for that clarity is worth it, in my opinion, because if I didn't do that, I might have figured it out, but it may have happened like months down the road. I can be a bit stubborn sometimes. So having someone, I guess, ahead of me kind of like and has experience, kind of like knew what they were talking about to help me through that, I think that helps a lot. So yeah.
I appreciate that, man. And you mentioned like quitting your job, which is awesome. So tell people listening where you're heading next month and I guess the difference between that and pre May while you're actually in your job.
Yeah, sure. So next month I'm heading to Bali for 2 months, so that should be quite good. I went there back in March actually. I still work at my job because I've got a friend out there, who's kind of like nomad as well. So he said, yeah, just come down, blah blah. I said I can't get much time off work, but I said I'll just take 3 weeks, which I think was my last 3 weeks I had of the year. So I just used it all. And I was like, whatever, like I'll quit my job before I quit my job soon anyway, so that I don't need it.
Yeah.
So I went there for 3 weeks. Obviously had some sessions with you because you were out there, and that sessions really helped. And I got back and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let my head down. I was so inspired when my head down. I actually stopped drinking. Even now, like I've
Hmm.
probably drank like twice since March, which is crazy. And I think that's helped a lot in terms of just me being able to focus. And yeah, after that, came back to UK and I was like, you know what? I want to just focus on quit my job. And I think within a month or so, I handed in my notice, and then yeah, back to Bali again. And this time, coming to Bali with actually a business I'm working on full time. It should be a different experience. So yeah.
And I guess it's awesome because you like then you're going to Dubai before that, and you go to Bali, and you can kind of go where you want now. And
Yeah, I
like
was
that's
thinking
the
that.
cool thing.
Yeah, because I'm obviously for Dubai's a family holiday, but like I didn't have to tell anyone asking anyone for time off, and I'm going as long as I want. And it's just weird because like now I wouldn't have imagined this would be my life like a year ago. Like going to Dubai and then going straight to Bali after. Like it just feels like it feels weird. Like I feel like that was something that would happen in the future, but it is the future now. Like it's so weird, and it's like it just
It's
feels
like
cool. Like I could
just go to
I feel,
Bali, go to wherever
yeah.
you want.
I can
Like,
go what I want. Yeah, it's like I don't have to think about anything or anyone. Like, I don't have to think about, oh, my boss is gonna. I've got a laptop. I've got Wi-Fi. As long as I can do that, I can still work. I can work whenever. So yeah, it just shows that like if you actually have a skill and you can monetize it, obviously using your trust ecosystem as well to get clients as well. Like you can pretty much like live the life you want really on your terms. Like you don't even need. I'm not saying you don't need to earn like super high amounts to
mm,
like actually quit your job, which is the thing I thought I needed, but just have make a good amount in terms of making more than your job or the same amount, and then from there you actually be surprised that you actually start to make even more progress once you quit your job. So I've made more progress out of my job whether compared to in my job, and I've had less stability. So it's crazy how it works like that. So yeah.
that man, I love that. What even before we go on to the ecosystem and all that, because like what I think you've smashed out of the park with that. Just explain what do you think was the biggest movement that happened within your offer?
Yeah, sure. So just to give some context. Some design. I've been designing for 10 years, and I also combine design and AI. So when I before I shared my offer with you, I was just making like visuals for brands, like e-commerce brands. And e-commerce brands, they need visuals. Don't get me wrong, they need it for like their websites, their emails, their ads. But like that's not gonna make them money. Like it will in the long term because of branding. Like they've got good images on the website or on their ads. There are people more likely to trust them and like them. They might like to get clicks, and that can lead to sales. But when I was going on sales calls, because I used to book a lot of, I booked in a lot of sales calls, and every time I got in the sales call, I tried to like pitch my offer, and they would be like, "Yes, it's cool, I like it," but like they didn't really see the urgency to buy it. And obviously, when I spoke to you and I kind of told you, you were like, "Yeah, but like, how are they making money? Like, what are you actually offering?" And then when you kind of told me that, it kind of made me think like, cool, I'm actually offering, and you should be offering them more sales in there for their brand. And the best way to use design to get more sales is to make your design something that can be used as an ad. So just from there, I knew a bit about ads and marketing because I had a brand before I was running, but I
Mm,
didn't really know that much about it to become like I needed to become like a master at it. So I just spent a lot of time kind of relearning about marketing, creating ads, running ads, everything like that. And then when I started to package my offer up and talk about ads, especially on sales calls or my content, that's when I started to get more traction, and it's just made a massive difference. So it's just about how you package your offer. Like what I guess an offer is something that like you're actually going to give to a brand, not like what you're delivering. Well,
mm,
that's part of the offer, but like the main thing brands care about is what am I going to get from working with you? Like, is it
mm,
more sales? Is it more customers? Is it more revenue? That's more important. Not like I'm going to make you some like pretty visuals. It's like no one. It's cool, but like it's not going to get me like
mm.
to like I guess bring out my card and actually pay you. So yeah.
For sure. No, that's so interesting. And then obviously then repackaging that offer and looking at that value, then how did that translate into the content that you started making?
Yeah, sure. So I post mainly on Twitter and obviously YouTube as well, but YouTube I still need to bring some more videos out. But for Twitter mainly, I was posting about visuals and how visuals are important for brands and blah blah blah. And I started posting my visuals. And it got some good engagement, decent engagement, not the best engagement. And I rarely got any inbounds. Then I switched and started talking about ads and how to design ads and how to create ads, and how to think about ads, like creative strategy and everything like that. And then I started to get more traction. And then when I started to um like post more about my ads I designed, I actually saw people my engagement like literally like skyrocketed. Like one post I made was about an ad I made for a brand. I think I posted like I just shared four of the ads I made for them, which that's like a really good ad I made for them. Ads I made for them. And my engagement was literally like crazy on Twitter. I think I got like I forgot the numbers of metrics for it, but it was like way more than I've ever gotten before. Like I looked at my stats on Twitter, and it was like compared to last year, it was just like that. And it was
Awesome.
crazy. So many bookmarks, so many likes, so many people DMing me. I think that's one person I closed in the end of it because people DM you, they're interested, but they're kind of like waiting. But then I got a lot of followers from there. And then since then, every time I do post my ads, I just get a lot of followers now. And I think I don't even have that much followers, but my niche is so specific and small that people know me for this type of thing I'm doing right now, which again, it helped me build my personal brand in terms of my authority, in terms of designing ads. So yeah, so that's helped a lot because I feel like if I was just doing visuals before, no one would care. But since I'm doing
Mm.
ads now, and there's so many brand owners on Twitter who on X, right, who actually need ads and they see me posting about it, then they know I'm the person to go to now. And people just come to me now, they need ads. Some people are just waiting. Anyway, I might not even realize that they need ads then, but then they call all of a sudden I just see them pop up to me. Like, oh, you followed me like a month or two ago. Now you're here. It's yeah. It's crazy how it works actually.
It is mental, isn't it? And I think the cool thing that you did, man, is you really like took that offer and then were like, okay, look, like now I'm gonna translate that into the content, as you said, and start speaking the right language. And then like lo and behold, as you say, people just come and it's like, where have
Yeah,
these people
exactly.
come
And one thing I'll say is what to add to it in terms of content on YouTube, which I think for YouTube, what I thought, which is probably is still true, I thought of YouTube is like you will get inbounds from YouTube, but like I think another thing that YouTube is good at is that like someone goes to my Twitter page or X page, my pinned post is about it's like a 40-minute video guide on static ads.
from?
So people may see my profile to see the amount of followers I have, to see my content, but then they see that YouTube video. If they watch a bit, they might not watch full of it, they might watch some of it, they might watch all of it, doesn't matter. But the fact that I have that video and I've got videos on my channel, it positions me in a different way. I'm more of
Mm,
authority. And yeah, I feel like having YouTube there, because most people don't do YouTube. So people assume that if you do YouTube, you're like this expert who knows what they're talking about.
mm.
I know what I'm talking about, but I'm not like this guy's got like 10 years experience in
Yeah,
marketing and everything like that. I just started posting videos. It's not perfect, but done
but
is
the
better than
40
perfect.
for sure, and the 45-minute video you have where you break down an ad strategy is like or the kind of creative strategies is the authority that gives you. Even if someone doesn't even click on that video,
Yeah,
it's incredible that anyone can speak for 45 minutes about such a niche subject, and
yeah,
that video is awesome, man.
yeah. No, thank you. I'm definitely more gonna do some more of those, and it's like it takes a bit of time. You make sure to get traction, but like once you've done it, once you have it there, you can actually just kind of like chill because like it's there for you. It's like it's kind of like it sells in the background, like while you sleep. So if someone wants to know more about your service, they can just watch the video or know about you. They watch the video. So before they go on a sales call with you, they already know they already know that you're an expert in it. So there's
Mm,
less objections, there's less friction, and there's more just trust straight away.
sure.
Like for example, I think the last client I closed when I put it on the chat, um, he had no objections, he had nothing. He didn't even jump on a call. I told him my price. I told him like a higher price than I normally say, because I was like, I didn't have much time. I was like, let me just try to say a higher price so I can deal with it then after. I told him the price and he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, oh, okay. So it just shows that like people perceive you higher if you have content compared to you just doing like outbound because yeah, it just makes more sense really.
Awesome, buddy. I love it. It's that ecosystem that you've built, and your ecosystem is absolutely pumping right now, which is so cool. How do you feel like your sales calls and how you've been able to deal with the sales calls and close people has progressed from that inconsistent 1K to 9K a month? Like what's changed there?
Yeah, sure. Like I think before I used to be sell. I'm not that the best at sales, but before I used to be so bad. Like I didn't have confidence. I feel like having confidence in your offer helps a lot, and knowing they can help people out. I think that's the main thing because sales call, you're not trying to like you're trying to persuade, but you're not trying to manipulate. You're not trying to trick people. If you actually genuinely know you can help people, sales calls are just a lot easier because you know what you're talking about. You've got experience. You know you can help them. You know the problems they've gone through because you've spoke to different clients, you've jumped to different
Mm,
calls, you know what to say, you know what they actually are going through. So I feel like before when I was in sales calls for my visuals, I wasn't confident in my offer. So I didn't know like what I was actually giving to them. I was like, I'm making these cool visuals. They're like, and when I had objections, I didn't know how to handle them because I was like, well, I actually don't know deep down like, how I can actually like get the
mm,
money. But now local brands have got experience now. I know what I'm talking about. And I probably know more about ads and static ads more than they do anyway. So I'm already an
mm,
authority. So now sales calls is a lot easier now because I'm just like I'm being myself. I'm kind of showing them a proof, and I'm like just like they can tell I know what I'm talking about. So it's
Mhm.
just a lot easier. Than like Salesforce, they don't really scare me anymore. There might be some times whereby I'm a bit rusty, but it still ends up being fine. So I
Yeah,
think
but
just
it's good
having,
because you don't get any objections anyway, right? So
yeah,
it's like,
yeah, no, it's rarely any objections really. And if I do, it's just this price and someone's not can't afford it, then it's completely fine. I think before I used to be a bit scared if someone couldn't afford it, but I think now that you can't just keep on reducing your prices to kind of like get a sale. You can in initial days you can do that. I recommend doing that if you're trying to get your first initial clients, but after a while you need to start to like value yourself a bit more and charge higher because you've got experience now, and that's how you grow businesses by like charging higher because of like that experience and those results, etc., etc. And that's what you told me about. Like I think you told me that just charge low. Once you start get a bit more like more results and testimonials, etc., then you charge higher. And I've still got more to even. I should be posting more my results to be fair, but I think
yeah,
once I
but
start to do that,
the thing is you're signing clients who have no objection, so it's like, yeah, it's time to the price goes up again. Like, it's funny how you just went,
yeah,
this is the price, and they were like, yeah, and it's like, oh, there should be some resistance, so actually you've got more authority to go still, which is awesome.
yeah, no, definitely. I feel like the sky is the limit. Like, I've got like I know I'm not even fully started yet. Like, I still now can definitely do a lot more with my content, and everything like that. So I'm really excited to see what could actually happen in next, even by December. Actually, to be fair, like I'm not. I'm just so confident and hopeful now, just because I know what I've just built in the back end in terms of content. So
Awesome, man. Well, I love it, and I feel like because we've done so many of these test photos already, I've always like I've asked you why you joined, but I think the question that I would ask is, what have you seen as a transformation over that 6 months? What are you, why? I guess obviously we've renewed. Like, why are you happy? Why did you renew? What was your logic behind that, and what has made you very happy about the 6 months previous?
yeah, so I would say I think I've just kind of viewed everything a bit different now. I've kind of been thinking a lot more long term, and I just feel like the main thing really is content because content for me before I just thought it was like, oh, one of those things just post and that's it. But I think it's like if you want to call it science, the science behind content and why it actually works. Because once you kind of look at it as a funnel, it does change everything. So I think that's the main thing. What I realized is that like if I keep on posting content that's actually targeted to my CP, and I post a lot of it and I build that authority, like I can easily become that expert in the field. And it's not that difficult to do because not everyone's doing it. And that gives you a lot of leverage because everyone's doing either paid ads, people are doing cold DMs or cold emails. And like I've done cold DMs a lot, and that's kind of like wow, how my first couple of clients. Cold if they do work, it's fine, but it's so
Yeah,
it's frustrating.
it's
It's so
just
annoying.
miserable.
Just trying to convert someone who doesn't know anything about you to then buy from you. Like once you do it, it's fulfilling, but like it's and also what I've learned is that if you do cold DMs, I do cold DMs mainly, and you have a lot of content out there, it does make it a lot easier for them to probably close you. To be fair, because you can send them content, they'll probably search for you. But in terms of like yeah, paid ads, obviously when you're starting out, you can't really afford to like pump out a lot of ads. But with content, it's free. It's like just an easy way. It's probably it takes a bit more time, but once you've built it, then it's just worth it. So yeah, I think from here we can just kind of see how we can double down on the content. And for me, my goal was just to become the face of and the go-to guy for static ads, and let's see how we can do that. So yeah,
Love it, bro. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, and the sky's the limit, as you say. So let's keep going.
yeah, definitely.